Hi, welcome back. In this section, we are going to talk about string functions. So, what we mean by string functions is, so we have like we had the date functions and we had numeric functions. We also have some specific string functions. So let's go and look about. Let's go and see our Excel to kind of get analysis on what we are going to look for. Let's say we have just coming up with some name. Let's say we have Xerox, right? Let's say our company wanted to drop the Xerox products. So let's say business came back to us and said, hey, what would happen if we kind of went back or dropped the Xerox product? So it's very easy for us to do that analysis. Right click, create new field. So Xerox products, and I'm going to add a if that we learned earlier. If I'm going to use a function from strings which is called contains. If contains, okay, I'm going to look at my product name. So I'm going to add product name right there. If my product name contains Xerox, then I'm going to say it is the value of sales. If not, I'm going to say it is 0 and I'm going to end it. So if you see, there is it says the sales is not valid, so let me remove that, drag it right from there. I think it's because it is case sensitive, so right there. If it is case sensitive, so I'm going to say apply, click OK. So I'm going to click on Xerox products. So we have a total of 57,000 in sales for Xerox. So let's see it by the order date. So in 2011, overall, we have been actually increasing our Xerox products. So it would not be a great idea for us to, and also let's just to make sure, let's add a profit to this picture. So now let's see, because the profit is not calculated on the Xerox products, right? So I want the profit on the Xerox products to see whether it makes more sense or not. So right, quickly let's add a new calculator from Xerox profit. Xerox profit is going to be exactly the same. I'm going to just say okay, and I'm going to go to Xerox products, edit my calculation. This is a simple way. I copy it and paste it there, and thus I would say change it. I'm going to edit it again. I'm going to say edit. Rather than having sale here, I'm going to add profit. So I'm going to say apply and okay. And this profit makes no sense here. So let's remove this, and let's add Xerox profit right there. That makes sense. Okay, and let's go for the technical view. So in 2011, we actually have about 4,300, and the profit has been increasing as we go across. Similarly, I did something for Cisco where we had the Cisco orders. So let's add Cisco to the mix and see what happens. So Cisco, on the other hand, is decreasing in revenue. So it would be a good idea just looking at the analysis. So if you look at my parameter or my variable, so it said if it is Cisco, I did it before so that I wanted to show you that. So just by looking at this, when the business came back to me and said, hey, I wanted to do Xerox, I can say, hey, rather than Xerox, why don't you guys do Cisco? So if you drop Cisco, we are not really going to lose much, because from 27,000 in 2011 to 2014, where we had 3,000, we are losing the mark. We are not really selling a lot of them, so we are losing heavy amounts in there. So that would be a really nice thing for us to kind of let the business know. So there are a lot of other string functions, like as I said, you can go to create and say string, and you can use a lot of left. Basically will give you how long it is. Then you can have a length, that will give you the length. Then also you have something called which starts with. You can basically say if it starts with certain things, then you want to do them, and these are all regular expressions. As I said, we can we will have an advanced analytics course using Tableau, where we will talk about in depth, where we will talk about the regular expressions and stuff and how they work. But these are in case you have familiarity with Unix or any other SQL languages. These are pretty much exactly the same things. We basically can have a lot of string calculations, as you can see here, and go back to the business and tell them, hey, rather than doing this, why don't you guys do that, right? So these are pretty useful stuff. And as we did earlier, we can especially when you have strings, we can basically cut the first 5 characters and then basically make some names or something like that. So let's quickly make like, let's say product or something, product brand, let's say, and I can quickly do this is left off my product name, and let's say I have 5 characters. I'm cutting it and say apply, and I do okay. So if you see the product name, where is my product name? Product brand or something that I created. Yeah, so the product brand, because I created it on the dimension, I directly dropped it onto the dimension. So if you can, let's create a new sheet and let's drag the product brand. So if you can see, we this is not exactly the same, but we can definitely look at a lot of stuff here. So for example, you can see Apple somewhere here. So you can see, okay, Apple, we also sell Apple products. So, and if you look at drag the sales, so we have Apple where we are selling about 19,000 products, and you can view the data for Apple and see where we are selling, what are the different products we are selling, like iPhone 5s, 5C. So we are pretty much selling Apple products. So just by playing with the data with the string operations, as you can see here, we are able to drill down into the reports more and more. So that's all in this section. Thank you. And in this section, as you know, we covered pretty much in detail about a lot of calculations that we can do.